Hey there, it's Crafty Jennabug. If you know, you know, right? It is time once again to embark on a journey. In case you aren't aware, in case you're new here on my channel, I have challenged myself to make a junk journal using a paper bag for each month of 2023 and then decorating it throughout the month. This is October's offering. So I have a paper bag on my desk. I have broken the bottom, opened up the bottom so that it was going to lay flat like that. And I took off the handles because I don't need them. I don't need them for this project. And we're going to get started on making this journal. So to begin, I got to figure out how big I want. To begin, I got to figure out how much I want to cut this down. This will end up being the cover of my journal. I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 copy paper, standard size, and I folded it in half because this is going to be the biggest sized paper within my journal. And I'm just making sure I have enough space. I am ensuring that I have a border along the bottom. Let's make sure it is the same size, 1/2 inch all the way across, roughly. All right. And then let's give it a 1/2 inch up here. I'm just going to measure this side as well. And then I'm going to fold this over. So I know where to cut. I'm actually not going to need to cut it that much because I'm going to trim this off as well. So here we go. I'm going to make sure this over here is straight-ish, because that's how we do it, straight-ish. I'm just going to take it to the crease. And then I just cut along my lines. I'm just going to get out of here for the time being. I don't need them right now. I could use them though, so I won't throw them away because this is junk journaling. We don't throw much away. I do want to trim this side a little bit just so I don't have that ragged edge. Now that I don't need. I do have some things I toss. Alright, so this is going to be my cover, front and back, or front and back. Did I end up? Oh, because when I bend it, I see. Let's trim that down a little bit. There we go. Little extra trimming. Never hurt anybody. Cool. This is going to be my cover. Since this is October, I'm going to make it spooky season themed. And so that means the cover, the front cover, is going to be this beautiful black fabric. Very elegant, spooky vibes going on there. This is just a fat quarter I found at Joann's on sale. And then on the inside cover, what is arguably my favorite fabric, another fat quarter. Look at all this beautiful grunge. How freaking cool is that? So that's going to be most likely this part, because I gotta have that grunge Look at how cool that is. That's going to be amazing on the inside cover. So, in order to adhere these to this, I'm going to use Yes Paste, which comes in a container like this. And I'm going to use a silicone brush. This is actually, I found at the Dollar Tree. It's a face mask applicator with a silicone end. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be back to lay this down with you. All right, so I used my silicone brush and put a very thin layer of Yes Paste all over this. And so now we're going to put this fabric down very carefully. And I'm making sure that there is a bit of overlap on the edges, just in case I want to fold it over. Actually, I need to shift it more this way. Okay. And then what I do is I poke it in the middle and I pull to the edges and smooth the wrinkles out. It saves me from having to iron. And if you've been here for a while, you know I don't like to iron. A friend of mine is trying to talk me into getting into quilting, and I'm like, but the ironing. You need to do all that ironing. And the Yes Paste is amazing because it's repositionable. So I don't have to worry about like sticking it down and then having to reposition it to get the wrinkles out. Bam. Beautiful. So now I just need to trim. Pull this up so you can see how much I've left on each side. And I'm just going to trim around the edges. All right, I have trimmed, leaving a margin around them all. This is the smallest margin here, so I will probably have to trim because I decided I want to line the inside and then fold the edges over to create a border along the inside. So instead of just wildly gluing down the inner cover, I'm actually going to measure. Say what? So I want it this side. Oh man, that's gonna look so good. Yes. Okay. So I don't want it to quite go to the edge. So I'm just going to trim it about 1 centimeter shy. Okay, there. So I trimmed the inside to be smaller because then I can, I'm not going to cover it that much, but that is going to be a gorgeous inner cover. So now I'm going to spread the Yes Paste here and put my fabric down, and I'll be back. Oh, I love, love, love this fabric. I might have to go back and get another one so I can do something else with it. So I've glued it down. It is all glued down. I also trimmed the edges by eyeball, I did not measure, to roughly 1/2 inch on each side. A very loose, roughly 1/2 inch. Before I glue down the edges, I'm going to trim the corners a bit. That way I end up with a nice cleaner corner. With a cleaner corner, I should say. Well, that's the hope anyway. We'll see how it goes. I might have to do some more trimming because I always seem to flub this part. Anyway, to glue those down, I use some tacky glue. And then once all the glue is dry, I'll sew around the edges. I think I will start with the bottom. Just lay a bead all along. And starting in the center, fold it up, pulling it tight against the bottom of the paper bag. As you can see, maybe, cutting those corners gave me a nice, beautiful point on the corners. So that needs to dry. Probably for a little while before I can sew around the edges. And I might need a little more trimming on this side. Potentially. Yeah, I could stand to trim that, but I'll wait until the glue dries so I don't accidentally mess it up. So yeah, we got some drying time ahead of us. While we wait for the cover to dry, I'm going to start figuring out the pages to go in the journal. So this color scheme is going to be black, gray, purple, green, orange, things like that. And so I've got 2 stacks here for each signature. This one is gray. I've already cut them down to the sizes I want them. Gray with some really like spooky looking pattern on it. Back is white. So I want to decorate that. Got this guy. Some fun polka dots. This beautiful, elegant black pattern. I'm going to be decorating the backs of all of these. This guy, beautiful music, looks a little spooky. Oh, you can't even see, I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Okay, so got 2 stacks of paper for the signatures. Here we have a fun gray spooky pattern. It's white on the back. I want to decorate it. Then I have this purple. I cut these down off camera to the size I want them. Again, white on the back. We'll fix that. This beautiful, elegant gray pattern. Looks like wallpaper in a gothic home. White on the back. This music, beautiful green, also white on the back, and then 2 plain white sheets of copy paper, and that's going to go in 1 signature. Over here I have a plain orange envelope that I think I will sew in so that the crease is in the spine, but I want to decorate it. This spooky gray script, white on the back. This really hard to look at polka dot pattern. The circles have green outlines. It doesn't even want to focus on it. Glad it's not just me. That's also white on the back. This elegant black swirl pattern looks very similar to what's on the cover. Spooky purple letters. And then 2 more sheets of plain copy paper. So that leaves, what, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages, and 6 pages. Now how do we want to decorate these? I think these polka dot ones I want to turn into like a side pocket like that. So, you know, I'm folding it as if it were in the journal. This would be the spine. And then this one, let's see. Maybe like that, and then that'll be a nice little side pocket. I still have this paper. How would that compare? That's the spine. Oh yeah, that'll work. Cool. So once this is decorated, I will sew here and here, and that'll make that a pocket. So I got that figured out. And then this little guy, I'm going to do the same with, but I'll do the pocket on the other side. Let's see, where do I want? I don't need a huge pocket. How does that compare? It'll stick out a little bit. That's fine. All right, that'll be where the spine goes. And then this, like that. So then we've got another one where I will just sew here and here to create a side pocket. Cool. Those are together. I think it's time to decorate some pages. So shall we try the jelly plate? I think it's time for the jelly plate. All right, let's get into this. I've got Harvest Orange Apple Barrel acrylic paint. And I'm just going to add a few drops. Spread it around with my brayer. I have this stamp, and I'm just going to put it I don't know how I like that, but we'll see. And then I've got this script. All right, and then we're going to lift it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Interesting. Let's do another. This time, I'm going to leave that little bit of orange. And let's do a little black. Actually, let's do some black and some purple. Then I think that will go on the back of this gray sheet. Then I've got that, which I'll go with it on there. Ooh, I like that. Alright, for this one, I'm going to go with a light gray. I like this black. We'll go with this rainy day gray. Then I have a few fun stamps. This spiderweb stamp came from, oops, it's upside down. This pack of Inkadoo stamps. It is 986, oh, you can't see that, sorry. 98627 All Hallows Eve. And I also have some other stamps I'm going to use, these little dancing skeletons you can't really see, but here's what they look like. And it is another Inkadoo pack. 98304. 98304 skulls. And this I'm going to put, let me actually adjust it this way. Put it up here. Oh, that didn't work. That kind of worked. This might have been better to do it a different way. Let's try it down here also. Oh, that one worked better. Oh, that looks so good. Alright, and then the dancing skulls, or dancing skellies. I put alright. Okay, and then I think I will put that on the back of this sheet. Alright. So you can't really see the skeletons, but I can always stamp those later. But the spider webs look pretty cool. Alright. And then I think I want to do more orange. You know what? Let's do some orange, green, and purple. I love it. Now, I think, well, this is still wet. It's not bad. I can do something else on that too. And then the last one is this green paper. I think I'm going to clean this off. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. I think I'll give that a minute to dry, and then I'm going to back it with black and pull it up on a plain sheet of paper. This is not completely dry, and I'm okay with that. If it runs a little bit, it'll be fine. Oh, yes. This one might have to make its way in there, too. Look at how cool that looks. I think while it's wet, I'm going to dip this a little bit in it. Just pick up some of that. Oh, yeah. Very cool. So spooky. I love it. All right, now I want to decorate pages a little differently. And what I will do, I have this guy, because these polka dots are white, I don't want to do anything to on this side that will affect this. So this guy I'm going to gray. So for instance, if I did like my Distress Oxide sprays, or if I smeared it with one of these, I mean, I guess that could be cool. But if I smeared it with one of these and wet it, it'll seep through the paper and potentially change the color of the polka dots, which I'm not really willing to do. I will put this down here so I can clean my brayer on it. All right, that is clean. Let's Do a little gray. And maybe a little green. Okay, that'll work. That needs to dry. I want to do the same with this guy, because it has the white polka dots as well. For this one, we'll do purple and orange. Awesome. Yay, that one's done. Okay, I think that might be it for braying. What I want to do now, I've got, let's see, 4 more sheets, 2 white ones, gray, 5 more sheets. Okay. Let's see. How about one of my favorite ways, the packaging from the gel plate. I want to play around with the Distress Oxide inks and sprays, and I have a few mica distress, I have a few distress mica stains from Ranger, and I also recently acquired a few Dylusions shimmer sprays, also by Ranger. And I think it would be fun to do a few of these on there. So let's start off with a white page. And then I'm going to, I have a few different colors here. I think I'm going to go with the Wilted Violet and some Spiced Marmalade. And then what I do is I take some water in a spray bottle, add some water, this, and I'm just going to take my finger and kind of swirl around. And then I'm just going to take my paper and dip it. Ooh, that's fun. Let's get some more of this purple. Kind of layer these colors a little bit. Now, I'm going to let that dry. It's not quite what I was hoping for. Yeah, my colors are kind of blending together. Alright, so that one can go to the side. Let's dry this off. Let's do a different one. No, I can let this I'm going to let dry, and then I will come back to for another layer of fun. Next, let's do this paper. And I think I need to open some of these sprays. Alright, this one I'm going to take Hickory Smoke and a little black soot. And then my water. Then a little mixy mix. Swirl it around, get it looking a little smoky. Ooh. I might do that one again. Alright, I'll let that one dry. But I really like it. think I'll do Rusty Hinge. And some Rustic Wilderness. And some Wilted Violet over here. Oh, look at how juicy that is. Okay. And then I really want those colors to kind of bleed into each other. And then I'm going to take this. Oh, I like that a lot. Cool. That one needs to dry. Okay, and while this is still what it is, I will add some mowed lawn. And a little bit of carved pumpkin. Let's dip this one. Okay. All right, one more. Let's go with orange and black. We can't go wrong with orange and black, can we? Now I'm going to play with some mica sprays. This one. This is the Empty Tomb. It's part of the new Tim Holtz Halloween collection, and I have not even used it yet. I love, look at that mica shimmer. Ooh, yeah. Okay. What would happen if I added water to this? Let's do a little over here. Ooh, the mica. Yep. Let's make that mica run. Okay, that's pretty creepy and I love it. Okay. That's gonna have to dry flat. Maybe I can dry it with my heat gun. Alright, this is not completely dry, but it is dry enough that there's no more liquid sitting on it. I love this page so much. I'm going to let that dry. Next, I'm going to bring in this one, and here, got a lot missing down here. I'm thinking I might just take some black soot. Didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. I kind of like it though. It's not what I was expecting, but not horrible. I don't hate it. Let's take this. Kind of like that actually. It looks like a creepy sky. Cool. I'll dry that off a little bit and move on to the next one. I am bringing back out the packaging for my jelly plate. This is pretty much dry and I want More. I just want more. That's kind of cool. I guess. Let's flip it over and do some on this side too. Alright, that needs to dry. So, these, I want to add their shimmery counterparts. Alright, I'm going to dry that one now. And we'll see how it looks. Alright, very shimmery. Still a little wet. I'm going to have to let it hang dry. But I really like it. I especially like the way the mica dried over here. That's pretty cool. This guy. This guy, this guy, this guy. Do I like that? It is on the back of this. Ooh, that's got all kinds of different colors now. Alright. Yeah, let's try it. Alright, I think this one is done, although this side definitely got some color. I think I'll spray some more gray on it or something. That one needs to dry. And last but not least, we have this one, which I think I'm going to do something on this side. Oh, I really like that. So I just spritz this side with the crushed grape, and I like it a lot. And then I have this side, the crushed grapes showed through. That's pretty cool. Maybe I will use some of this flickering candle on the edges. Let's dry those. Alright, on this side, it's still very wet, but not going to drip anymore. That looks really cool, I think. And then over here, it's blended through. I'm not mad about it. Cool. So I need to let all these pages dry, and once they are dry, I can separate them into their signatures and sew them in. Alright. All my papers have dried. I did forget a few of the pages that I jelly printed on needed decorations on the back, or they were just going to be stark white. So like this one, which I am in love with. This might be my favorite page that I printed. I just sprayed some water and some of that Empty Tomb mica powder, or mica stain, and let it run a little bit. And I love how haunting it feels. There's some purple on it too, apparently. So that page, I'm trying to figure out signatures now. This one is this page, and I just sprayed purple mica, the shimmer spray, purple shimmer spray and green, and a bunch of water, and let them run into each other, kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. And that's that page with the attempted spider webs. And this one was this orange page, and I sprayed the jack-o'-lantern and flickering candle mica sprays on it and water, and ran them into each other. And I really love the jack-o'-lantern. Has all these gold shimmers in it, and they just kind of move independently of the color sometimes, and I find that really cool. So I've got to figure out what I'm gonna do. I did sew these. My bobbin tension was a little off, so it's a little wonky, but it's Halloween, I don't care. This turned out really cool. I think it'll go in that one. There. just love that. Let's see. Okay. That one turned out really cool. Dark and grungy. This one might be one of my favorites too. And this guy, again with the wonky stitches. Now I have to figure out signatures. All right. Off camera, I sewed around the edges of the cover with a zigzag stitch and found my center, put my template here, and poked my holes for the spine. I've used this template for many journals, and actually I think I need to make another one because this one is falling apart. So to find my center, I just folded it in half and stuck it where the center, the spine would be, and then paper clipped it down, poked holes at all of these intersections, which I found by measuring and folding. So the spine holes have been poked. Now to poke holes in my signatures. I also arranged those off camera, simply to speed up the video going on. Now I'm just going to make sure that all of the pages are where I want them to be and that they butt up to each other in the crease. And then I will clip them together. And then I will take my template, set it there so that one of those lines butts up into the crease. Get another clip of some sort. No, that's not going to work. And then I am just going to poke holes along this one line into the crease of the papers. Then I will do that for the second signature and we'll be ready to sew them in. All right, so I have my signatures. So my signatures have their holes poked in the spine, and we are going to start sewing them in with using a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And I'm going to start at the bottom and then go up and then back down, if that makes sense. I need a little tail in here so I can tie it when I'm done. I made the string I'm using is 6 strands of embroidery floss, and the length is a little more than 3 times the height of my signatures. The difficult part is going back down without coming through the thread you already used. All right, and then when you get down to the bottom, going to tie these in a knot at the bottom hole. I'm just going to do a square knot. And then I'm going to do it one more time before I cut it. Very close. If I have any concern about that knot at all, I can come back later and add a drop of glue. And that is the first signature sewn in. I'm going to do the next one off camera since that one was such a struggle, and we'll go from there. All right, so the signatures are sewn in. Let's have a little peek at them, shall we? This guy I did off camera. I folded the bottom up and made a little pocket. I just sewed up the edges. I sewed up the edges to make the pocket. I love this. I absolutely love this paper with the colors bleeding through. There's that little guy I made into a pocket. And then this I also did off camera. I sewed this bit of lace onto this, the end of the paper, and then sewed the sides to make a pocket. So it's a beautiful lacy pocket. I really like it. And I plan on using more of this lace as like page tabs and things like that. Another pocket. This flap, I folded the envelope, you know how you'd normally fold an envelope to close it. I folded it the other way. So this is the sticky part that would close the envelope. I think I'm going to glue it down so that I have 2 tuck spots and then decorate it. So I really like the contrast between these. This is beautiful. It's a stormy sky. And there's the other part of the envelope. See, like if it were the way you'd normally do it, it would close here, but I folded it backwards. There we have the signatures. Now I want to decorate the outside. At first I was unsure what I was going to do, but I figured it out. Let me just trim these because they're driving me nuts. Okay. So I took some orange velvet ribbon I found at the Dollar Tree and sewed more of that black lace to the edge. It's not straight, I don't care. But this is going to be the covering of the spine. How cool is that? So elegant. I thought about putting lace on the other side, but I don't think I want it there. I think I just want it on the front. I do need to trim this a bit. There we go. Let's see, will it fit perfectly now? Yes. So that will cover. Just realized these are wired. This is wired ribbon, so I'm tucking in the wire so nobody gets hurt. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I just need to sew that or glue that on, which I will do now. Yeah, that'll be big enough. My cat decided parchment paper would make a nice snack. So I've got some ripped up parchment paper, but I think it'll be just big enough to keep my stuff from sticking. So, yeah, that's perfect. Wonderful. So I am going to take some tacky glue. I did not expect it to be seen through the ribbon. Okay. Then, oh, I love it. It's so spooky. Then I have this. It says, "Beware all who enter here." It came from a little ephemera pack that I found at Joann Fabric and Crafts. I think I want it right around here. I may use the Cricut later to cut out some bats. And I might put a bat or two on here. But for now, I think, I have an idea. I'm not done yet, just kidding. I have some black brads. I think they would look really cute. Yep. Alright, so we're going to poke some holes and set some brads before I glue this down. Perfect. Now I just need to press that, and we've got a journal. We got a journal, baby. The October journal is complete. Well, it's made. It needs to be decorated, but you get the idea. Awesome. Well, there it is. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to start working in this journal. I think I may do some more like videos where I work in it, unlike I did for September. I think I'll go back to that format because I don't know, I kind of enjoyed it. I missed it. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.